G'day everyone, it's Omidex here and welcome back to another video on this channel. Today, I want to talk about the updated Tiki-Taka tactics for the 4-3-1-2 formation. The most important thing for Tiki-Taka play is not just making frequent brainless passes. It's all about having players position themselves in such a manner that you can keep and recycle the ball on the edge of the box without losing possession so that you can eventually break down the defense with a few high-tempo passes. The 4-3-1-2 is the perfect formation to enable you to play such football. You could replicate these tactics for any formation you like the 4-3-3-4 or the 4-3-2-1. But for me, 4-3-1-2 for this style of play is just the best. Now, let's talk some tactics. Every Tiki-Taka playstyle is always paired with some pressing tactics, so we go with pressure on heavy touch on defensive style, a defensive width of 37 to keep it compact in the defense, and the depth of 55. Now, if you don't want to use any pressing tactics, you can always bump up the depth to 70 or 71 and just go with defensive style of balanced. That could work as well. With the build-up play, we go with long ball. We want those players moving at all times. We don't want them lazy. We don't want them static. The key to always find reliable passing options is to always keep your players moving. And that's exactly what long ball achieves for us. The chance creation of direct passing, like most of the videos, is just the go-to setup. An attacking width of 58 because the formation is just naturally so narrow. We want to open it up just a little bit. The players in box is on 5 because we already have long ball, players are already gonna make runs. And corners and free kicks, on whatever your preferences are. I have my own corner technique, so I leave them both on 1. And if you're wondering about my corner technique, it's very simple. I lock onto a player inside the box, then I ask another player to come short. That both distracts the opponent and leaves a huge gap inside the box. Then I just simply move my player onto the space and cross the ball, and yeah. Having Team of the Year Cristiano Ronaldo inside the box is most definitely helpful. Now you know about my corner technique and the tactics, let's talk instructions. One of your strikers is on default and get in behind. We want this player to always run forward and just drag one defender with him and even push the whole defense line back a little bit so that we can find space on the edge of the box easier. The second striker, and preferably the faster one, is on drift wide and getting behind. We don't have any wide players in this formation, so just some of the runs a player like Mbappe can make on a drift wide instructions is crucial to keep this formation playable. Keep in mind this player will not play like a winger, he will just prioritize making the run between the center back and the fullback, instead of just running right in the center. And of course, we're gonna make this formation defend like a 4-4-2, so the cam needs to be on comeback on defense to play as a right midfielder in a 4-4-2 setup, and they need to be on get into the box for crosses to make them move forward when we get the ball back. The cam needs to have amazing dribbling to be able to get out of tight situations. I have Player of the Month Dybala who has the Finesse Shot Plus playstyle as well, so when he is transitioning from that right mid position to the cam, you can always find him in that perfect area for a finesse shot. So if you have a player like that in your team, they would be the perfect cam. Next up is the left center mid, who's on getting to the box for crosses, cover wing, and default. This is of course the player who's gonna defend as our left midfielder when Dybala is transitioning back in defense as a right midfielder. The left center mid is also the most attacking out of all three of your center mids, so you need to have someone who's just got that capability to go forward. The other two center mids are going to be our two CDMs, so we're going to have them on stay back while attacking and cover center, and that goes for the both of them. Despite having them both on stay back because of the long ball tactic we got going on, they're going to go forward a little bit as well, so these two players are going to contribute a lot in the passing plays. The more defensive fullback on the side of the striker that's on drift wide should be on stay back while attacking, while the more attacking fullback is absolutely on default. The most important thing here is to make sure the stay back fullback is on the same side of our drift wide striker. The attacking fullback will provide some nice width in the attack on the other side, and if you want to flip the left and right side of the setup, just make sure to mirror all the instructions from the top to the bottom and you're gonna be good. The goalkeeper as always is gonna be on comms for crosses and default. Now let's get on to some gameplay. My first video on a Tiki-Taka tactic was huge. So many people loved it since back then, all this game was about was going down the sidelines and spamming cutbacks. So naturally, people enjoyed playing this broken game with some authentic tactics. The cutback meta has long passed its time. The midfield congestion is gone, playing it down the center of the pitch is actually possible now, and with all the nerfs to the OP playstyles and Trivellas, these kind of tactics provide a certain approach in attack and should be stronger than ever, at least on paper. And that's exactly why I looked back and updated the tactics that suits the current state of the game better. You see, with all the nerfs to the midfield congestion and the 71 depth, attacking down the middle should be easier, right? But the defensive players compared to a few months ago are so higher rated that the AI defending is out of hand right now. Like, even if the opponent just drops the controller down, you're gonna find it pretty challenging to score a goal against a crazy defensive AI. So what we want by playing something like this is just having the option to keep the ball on the edge of the box, passing it around back and forth so many times to force our opponent to make a mistake, drag one defender out of position or simply just leave one run unmarked, and that's exactly what we want to capitalize on. So watch the rest of the clips to get an idea of how you should be playing this formation, and I'll see you at the end of the video. That's it for today's video, everyone. Thank you so much for watching it. Please leave a like and subscribe. It would help out my channel massively. It is the end of this episode, and hopefully I will see you at the next one.